so. And so I'll go through these one by one, by address, and make our recommendations to the board. The first one is 4108 DeHoon Holly Court. This was a complaint of an advertising or political sign in the yard. The homeowner responded and removed the sign, and so the committee recommends that the complaint be closed. The next one is 23383 Old Meadowbrook Circle. It's a complaint of unleashed pets running around the yard. It's been kind of a source of a complaint for a while now. It had some previous complaints regarding the pets as well. The committee recommending to defer this for 30 days and keep an eye on it. Although we have not heard of or observed or received any further complaints about the dogs running, we're not quite certain that the problem's been eliminated completely. So we'd like to just recommend 30 days deferral and monitor it, and then come back to the board and make a recommendation at that time, the final recommendation. The next one is 23406 Old Meadowbrook Circle. This is a complaint of a vehicle, a truck parked in the outside in the driveway. This apparently has not been resolved by owner participation or action, and so the committee recommends that an intent to fine letter be sent to that homeowner. The next one is 23434 Old Meadowbrook Circle. This was a complaint of vehicles parking in the wrong direction, which we're trying to, as a community, correct. I mean, ideally, we don't want to go out and start fining people because either they or a guest of theirs parked in the wrong direction. But we'd like to get everybody to do the right thing and park properly. So a letter was sent out to this address, and at this time, no other violations have been observed at this particular location, so the committee has recommended no fine and no further action to close this complaint at this time. The next one is 23435 Old Meadowbrook Circle. This was a complaint, or is a complaint, of a truck parked outside again in the driveway outside the garage area, and the committee recommends an intent to fine letter at this address. The next one is 23449 Old Meadowbrook Circle, and actually this is kind of a leftover that somehow I think we overlooked it at 1 month and I wasn't here or something. So anyway, we're trying to clean it up. It was a complaint of trash containers being left out after pickup day, sometimes for a couple of days in a row or 2 or 3 days. So anyway, this violation occurred a little while ago. It hasn't been observed anymore. It apparently is corrected, and the committee recommends no action, no fine at this time, and to close this particular complaint. Yes? The address? 23449 Old Meadowbrook Circle. Next one is 23454 Old Meadowbrook Circle. This is a complaint of a commercial van being parked outside. Probably everybody in this room has seen it.
Take a picture of it. It's sent.
I've got a whole portfolio of pictures. Anyway, the committee is recommending an intent to fine on this particular location. It may be corrected, but we're not quite sure. And so if we send them an intent to fine, they won't get fined unless it's observed anyway. So
He's got it in the garage.
He is.
we
He does?
Yeah.
Yes, he got it in the garage.
Yeah.
After that.
okay.
But you
Is that the
still,
Beagle truck?
Yes.
Okay, he keeps it in the garage.
Yeah.
So.
Well, again, like I said, we weren't certain that it was actually resolved, so the committee voted to fine. It's up to the board. It's your pleasure as to whether you want to follow our recommendation or change it if it's in fact, if you know something that we don't. The next one is 23464 Old Meadowbrook Circle. This was a complaint of berries falling from the neighbor's yard. We think that's an act of God, actually. And Besides that, interesting side note, last week I found an article in the paper that dealt with an issue that related to this in terms of Florida court ruling on a court case where it was a complaint of neighbor's tree encroaching on the other yard. And the Florida court ruled that a person is not responsible for their tree going into another's yard, either the roots, the branches, or anything. The neighbor that's being affected has the right to trim anything back to their property line, but the neighbor that owns the tree is not responsible. So we kind of felt that also probably would play into this situation like this, where you wouldn't want the association to go out and enforce something that probably is not enforceable by law. So we recommend that no fine.
But the party is allowed to cut the branches if it's encroaching on their property.
Over into their property.
So should we send them a letter that tell them they can do that according to this Florida statute?
Well, I don't think that's the problem with this complaint. There's no complaint that the tree is encroaching. Actually, we reviewed the tree, and the tree is very neatly trimmed way back to the owner's home.
The fruit that it
But it's whatever's falling off, the berries, the nuts, whatever they are, fall down apparently and into the grass areas and fall into the other neighbor's yard. Unfortunately, it's close proximity yard, and it's just effect of that. So again, we recommend no fine in this particular case, or no further action. The next one is 23492 Old Meadowbrook Circle. This is a complaint of mildew on the home, and the home is obviously in need of some attention and probably a paint job because it's the original paint from probably 1997. One of the first homes in the community, in the first section. It hasn't been attended to yet, but I understand there's somewhat of extending circumstances with a widowed elderly woman. So the committee would like to defer it for 30 days, give her a little additional time to get her plan together, and we'll follow up on that, make sure that.
Is that Virginia?
Yes.
She called.
Did she get a plan?
She
Did she
said
have a plan?
that
I heard-
she did call me. She said she knew she got the letter, and she said that she knows that their sidewalk has to be done, and the house has to be taken care of, but she was waiting till after the rainy season, and that it would be taken care of. So
Right, and that's I had that information, but we hadn't seen any action yet, so that's why the committee voted to defer for 31 days. Give her an opportunity to get going on it and do it. She has good intention, we haven't seen anything come
And she
forward yet.
needs actually someone to stop. She said she doesn't know who to get or whatever. I told her, please feel free to call so we can help her out with getting someone to do that work.
Okay, great. Well, I think we're probably in sync. The last one is 23496 Old Meadowbrook Circle. This was a complaint of dead sod and also a mildewed home, and that particular home has been resodded, pressure washed, and painted. So the committee recommended to close that complaint as well. That was well taken care of. I've got one last one. It's 4116 at the Moon Holly Court. Excuse me. And the only issue I have, Sarah, is do we have a letter issue with this one in terms of our date?
Yes, it was recent, the day you saw that date was wrong. So it was recent that day. I think it was 9:30 that it was recent.
Okay, I don't have that copy.
Don't have a copy of the document. I have
But
the-
we're reassured of the 9:30
Yes,
date?
I confirmed that it was mailed
All
that
right,
same day.
so the committee and I discussed that, we all discussed it and said as long as we have, because I didn't have the copy, that I had an older date, we felt that it was outdated.
Right.
If we had that more recent dated letter, then we decided that we would go ahead and recommend intent to fine because it's not been taken care of. 4116 to Moon Holly Court, the violations have not been taken care of in that yard. They involved a lot of things besides some poor conditions